description about me. Okay. So today's agenda is like how this CACD will help you in the market of DevOps. Let's take any of the organization. We can take industry type. Okay. We have a different industry types in the market. Like one is educational, EDU, one is pharma, one is medico, one is gaming. Okay. So like this, we have different industry types. In all industry types of the projects, DevOps is needed. And yeah, there will be a continuous development will there. So what is a continuous development means? Educational applications or educational organizations, they always going to update their content. They are always into market with updated things. So that's how they need continuous development. And pharma also, because every day they'll be emerging and they'll be come up with the new things, so they need continuous development. So again, medical for the medical things and gaming, and we do have other also, like and media entertainments, and we do have other organizations also. So in every organization, IT industry is playing a key role, because where it can attract the people, right, and making the business. So every company is having their applications. So itself in the IT, in the sense, every company is having an applications that then only they are getting the business, and then only they are interacting with the customers and they are doing. But how effectively they are maintaining their application. So that is an important point for to them, right? So maintaining an application, operating in an application, not an easy. So once the development has been done, so rest of the things has to be taken care. By whom? By a DevOps engineer, it should be taken care. We have a different things also as a DevOps. A DevOps engineer will be involving into the build and release, and site reachability engineer, SRE, and implementation, infrastructure management, or cloud engineer. Oh, so a DevOps engineer will be going to involving into these domains, and sometimes they're also going to involve into the observability, because they has to taken care on observability. Okay, they have to taken care about the project infrastructure, incidents, everything, and they always need to monitor it. Okay, so in these things, in every domain, so there will be a CSC for an application, for infrastructure, whatever. So all these things are going to implemented on an industry with called software development lifecycle, which is SDLC, software development lifecycle. What is this exactly software development lifecycle? Okay. So this is a process where a company works. This is a process every company, if let's take an example, you or me, I want to start a company, then I will going to take. Okay, so you mean please maximize the screen. So the screen is automatically maximize for you. Please look it from your side. Yeah. Okay, let's take an example. You or me would like to start a company. So we need to follow certain procedures and standards, right? So in order to get it work. So to work it, we call it as software development lifecycle because it is into the IT industry. We are doing a development, right? But in layman terms, how we can understand this? Let's take a Santur soap or a like any soap which you use for the bath. Okay? A soap should be manufactured in a company, right? So when a soap should be manufactured, they need a raw material, right? How a soap will be going to be manufactured? Let me, if you see this diagram, there are multiple phases. Okay. When the raw material come into the tanker and they'll mix something and they'll do some separations. From there, it is going to cooling process. From there, it is going to cutting process. From there, it is going to drying. From there, it is going to soap inventory, stamping and packing, shipping, and soap bars. So this is the life cycle. Okay. So this is a cycle where a product will be planned and executed, implemented, and delivery. Okay. So this is a cycle of from the starting to ending of the Santuso. So same like that in IT industry we do for the application. So in the place of soap, you can keep it a Netflix application. Netflix application also has to be planned in a one environment code, like it could be a Java or it could be a .NET or be any other programming language. You can take it. Okay. So once you're taken and you planned and you build, it has to cross some phases. So that phases, we're calling it as software development lifecycle phases. So how the software development lifecycle phases will be? SDLC phases. Okay. So these are the phases. First, we will analyze and we will plan it and we will design it, develop, and after that we're going to be testing into different things how it is working as expected or not, and then we will do deployment and then we will deliver it. So when it is delivery means we are able to use from our play stores the application, so that is live into the production. So this is software development life cycle. Then how come DevOps is involving into it? See, this whole process is dependent on the DevOps. So previously we used to do waterfall method and agile method. Now DevOps method. It's not a technology, it's just a method. Yes. And still many companies are relied on agile, but we were still calling it as DevOps method only. But the methods still following delivery and agile processes. But we are just adding and calling it as DevOps as a continuous delivery. And when continuous deployments are there, it is completely a DevOps method we can call it as. Okay, let's get into the topic. Now I have to cross some things, cross phases in order to develop my application and delivery to it. So what are the phases I can go with it? So DevOps is having a phases. For example, let's take a Netflix application. Okay. So this Netflix application has to create first. Okay. So the product owner or the business guy will they're going to have a one plan and uh, they will plan in which programming language they have to build on it according to the capabilities and all. Ah, yes. If they take .NET or Java, any other programming language, Python, okay, okay, they have been decided and they would like to plan for it, right? So first they will plan. First they will plan. And then what they will do? They will develop. They will develop the application by writing a code. Okay, by using this type of code, or they will developers will into it and they will plan and they will develop it. Okay, the next stage, once the developer has been done a programming for this Netflix application, he is going to verify it, or verify in the sense we can also call it as build it. Okay, so building in the sense, once a program has been written, it has to build it in order to run that or execute or deploy the application, because he's going to use multiple libraries, packages and all into the development. So that is not going to be executable in the server. To be executable in the server, we have to build a packages for this code. Okay, so after the development happen, is going to be built. From this part, a DevOps engineer is going to be involved from the build section. After build, what we will do? We're going to be test. Testing in a sense, a building application. Once application has been built, that build package is working as we expected or not. It is like that. And later we will go with the release. So release in the sense, I'm going to release to the server. My development section has been happened. Now a plan is happened, development happened, building the package happened. Yes, the package also working as expected in the test. Then I'm going to release it to deploy into the servers. So here we can deploy into the different servers like dev server, QA server, UAT server, and production server like, to test out. Okay. So after this, what I can do, I can deploy actually into my final server, and then I'll going to monitor it or operate it. I will operate it, and then I can take monitor. So in this monitoring phase, I could say the final end monitoring team will be work, like whenever you get any issues, automatically inside the production, the team is actively works on. So this is called application support team. Application support team, always they will work whenever the instance or any issues come up. They will create a tickets, they will create a issue, and they will reach out to the developers, or they reach out to the site reliability engineers, or they'll reach out to the architectures like this inside the organization. Then because they has to fix the issue. So these are the stages when an application created and it is going to cross. Okay. So in this section, I could say up to test, it is a dev. Let me keep it in like this. Up to test, and after this, dev, and this is ops. Okay. So up to test, build, this is dev things, and after that, it is going to completely ops operational. So combination of this, a DevOps engineer will be do. So this whole process is going to done with the CI/CD, continuous integration and continuous delivery. So how it is helping actually? Okay, so whenever developer plan something for the application and it has been developed, okay, he has tested in his local machine in IDE and is pushing into the remote repository into the Git, and it has to be built. Where it is going to be built? So always developer is testing in local laptop. It is not okay. It's just for the feature changes only. The feature changes is going to be test. But live application is the biggest application where they use a multiple solutions for it. So it is not recommendable in laptop. Is also not that much capable. We have to be build that. So where we can build it? We can build it on a servers. Okay. So I have to build this every time when my development is going on. I have to build it continuously because not one developer works for my application. Many developers in an organization, there might be 20 developers, 15 developers. There is a chance to work on 50 developers also. So when 40, 50 developers are working on, so how they going to be test on each every individual feature changes. So they need something or servers to build their solutions, build their changes, and test their changes, which is working in the Netflix application or not. For that, we are going to write a pipeline, write a automation. So that is CI automation. Okay, CI validation pipeline. You can call it as technical. So before that, I would like to clear you a term called pipeline. What is a pipeline actually? Let's take a very general example. You are staying in your home. It could be apartment or home. Okay. So inside your home, you have 3 BHK. Let's take a 3 BHK. 3 BHK means 3 bedrooms, one kitchen, one hall, living room, right, and bathrooms. So everywhere you use water supply. Okay. So whenever you clean your rooms, so the water should be go out from your house. If you use in a living room also, if you use in a bedroom also, if you use in bathroom also, it has to go out. So how it is going out? You have connecting the pipelines, right? From one room to another room, you are connecting the pipeline. Okay, like this, like this, you are connecting the pipeline and you are getting out to into the drainage. Okay, you're getting into the drainage. So the all the rooms are connecting in one pipeline and getting into the one destination. Okay, so that is how the pipeline is connecting and working for the one destination. That is the pipeline in our general terms. The same functionality in our SD also it is going to be executed. I have different phases. If you see plan, dev, build, test, release, dev, UAT, deploy, operate, monitoring. So it will be going to be connect all these phases and it is going to deliver the application into the production. Okay. So this is CI, and here I'm going to write it as CI, continuous integration pipeline. Here I'm going to write it as CD, which is delivery pipeline, and deployment pipeline also I can call it as. So there will be a slight change between the delivery and deployment. We'll discuss on it. So when a plan dev build test is going on, I have to create an automation by using continuous integration. And after that, I have to create a pipeline with some instructions for the automation with CD. So this is how CI/CD. To implement this, I can use many tools in the market. What are the tools I can use? I can use TeamCity to deploy into the multiple deployment servers, urban code deployment, or JBoss, or Wildfly, or Glassfish, like this. I can use many things and Tomcat. And the next one is Travis CI, and I can use Circle CI. I can use Bamboo. I can use Jenkins. I can say Jenkins is heart of DevOps because it has come up with multiple features and free of version. It means free to use, free to use actually Jenkins. Okay. And based on this, Cloud platforms came and they have built it their own services like Azure DevOps, AWS code pipeline, and GCP cloud triggers. Okay. So these many services are there for my continuous integration and continuous delivery. So among all this, Jenkins is the most popular tool and most used tool in the industry. Okay. So when Jenkins and when Azure DevOps, why are Azure DevOps boom in the market, even though we have Jenkins, and why we not know about this all this tool, TeamCity, Travis CA, Circle CA, and Bamboo and all. So Bamboo is a paid version from the Atlassian suite because Bitbucket, all these things we have to be used and we have to pay for the product and other things also. Circle CA also easy and free version only. Travis here also free version only. TeamCity is not free version, it is a paid version. So among all these things, Jenkins is the free one, open source, standalone tool. You can use anywhere and you can integrate for any project. So that much flexibility features are there in the Jenkins by using plugins. Okay, by using plugins, whatever you need, yes, you have to install a plugin and you can go for the integration. Jenkins will support for every integration in IT. Okay, so based on this, Azure DevOps came and they have, yeah, it is also free to use, but they have come up with lot of advanced methods, adding a templates, easy to write in a declarative way and easy to implement. If your project is deployed on the Azure cloud, it is very easy to. And you can also integrate for other cloud platforms, but there is a limitation could be we expect. Okay. So Azure CI/CD is something like it is an advanced methods on your Jenkins. An engineer can easily configure and integrate the things. But whereas in Jenkins, Jenkins can be on the on-premises or on the cloud environment, on-premises on the data centers, on cloud environment. But Azure DevOps could be only on the cloud, and yes, it's only on the cloud. If you want to check out the source code, yes, you can integrate the source code which is on the on-premises, but CI/CD things you have to do it in the cloud, which is DevOps servers only, Azure DevOps servers. And coming to the same, like AWS code pipeline and GCP cloud triggers are same function, same functionalities, and same workflows there. So we can expect something limitation over there. Okay, but Jenkins we cannot. So it is we can just integrate, we can expand whatever tool, whatever you want to do. Okay. So let's go and install the Jenkins and let's see how the development and developer will do the work and how it is going to deploying into the targeted environments. Okay. So and I can give you a better clarity. So just please remember it once Netflix has been created and how it is going to the production and this deploy. Okay. Here it is production. So let's take one AWS account. Let me create a EC2 instance, launch an instance. I'll take two servers. I want to go with the Ubuntu because in production or in the organization, Ubuntu will be the preferable. or Red Hat or in few organizations, CentOS. So Amazon Linux is only for the testing things and your practice things or training things. Okay. So, but coming to the organization, Ubuntu is a preferable to Linux distribution. T3 medium I would like to take, and Ansible is the my key pair. And I would like to be into the one availability zone. I have already, okay, let me create new security group with workshop name, and let me keep it as for the all traffic because I would like to allow because I like to run uh, container also. Let's see, launch instances, and I'll name it as Jenkins, and I'll name it as Tomcat, for example. I would like to connect to the server, so I can come to the connect section, select my server, connect section, and SSH client. Copy this, open your CMD, okay, and where your PEM file is downloaded, go to that section and paste this command. It is going to connect directly to you. So no need of putty and all, no need of mobile extreme and all. So yes, because in your organizations also, once you have been working with the cloud environments, you have to set up a CLI things in your laptop. You are directly going to work with the CLI. I would like to install now Jenkins into it. Okay, so let me write a shell script file Jenkins gen.sh and sudo update sudo apt update -y and wget -o. Okay, I think I have to take this repository. Let me take this file, shell file. Yep, I have added this FNOHTTP package and updating it and running my Jenkins into this Ubuntu server by updating and upgrading it. So you have to add always a repository for it. Then only it is going to talk with your central repository of the Jenkins and escape shift colon w exclamation mark. And I would like to run it. And parallelly, I would like to open my GitHub. So I have repositories. Yeah. So meanwhile, let's go to some understand. Okay. So this is source code management. Let's assume this box has SEM, which is it could be a GitLab or GitHub. Okay. Yum is for Linux, Satya, and APT is for the Ubuntu. So there's a difference between the distributions. Okay, command line and SEM. Okay, source code management, be a GitLab or GitHub, Bitbucket, anything. Okay, and here once the developer done code, they are going to keep the code into this repository. From there, it is going to a CI pipeline where we running the Jenkins server. Here I can say I'm going to run CA pipelines and CD pipelines. Okay. Then I'll going to deploy into the multiple environments. One is dev environment, one is QA environment, and one is production, like this. So this is continuous CI/CD we can do. So let me take. So there will be a branching strategies we call inside the source code management. Okay. So here let me call it as CI pipeline, and this is CD pipeline. In this CI, it is going to check out the code, and then it is going to build the code by running test runs. Okay. And inside the CD, it is going to pull the package, and it is going to deploy into different environments. Okay. Environments are dev environment, QA environment, or staging environment. Let's talk it as a QA environment. And this one is a production environment. Okay. So this is going to connect to this, and to this. And we have some branching strategies here, like a master, a main, and develop, and feature, like this. Okay. So this is the strategy we configure into the SCM. Once a developer is doing changes into the feature, so my pipeline has to be trigger and run the feature changes, make the package, it has to go to the CD, and when developer done changes and he has committed, it should be deploying into my dev environment. The case should be like this. Let me open my pen. Yeah. Yeah. So when a feature changes has been done, it has to come to my CI, build, and it has to deploy here. Then a developer can check here. Dev environment means here we have a servers. So here the application will going to deploy. Then my developer come here and he will check with the URL, like internal URLs. We will keep internal URLs for the internal testing. My developer will check that. So what he developed, is it working as expected or not? Once as expected is working, okay, it is moved to the develop branch, and from there it is moved to the main branch. Once he has committed PR, okay, and it is going to come to again CI, again CD, and it is going to deploy into the production, where we can see the final output of the application. Okay. Even I have multiple developers, like 10 developers are developing 10 features in the application. One is developing for the Bollywood, one is developing for the Tollywood, one is developing for the Kollywood, like this. Okay, different features and categories. So all these developers can run a CA pipeline individually, and they can deploy into the QA, and they can deploy into the dev. Once the developer check has it working, and it is going to moving into the QA, where manual testers or automation testers come into the picture, and they will test this application by their installing into the mobile also. If it is a web application on the web browser, they will check each and everything, and they will write a report. Then this code is going to be main, and from there it is going to deploy into the production. So in this whole process, this area is made. So this area where we work exactly. Once we have set up it, and everything has to be run automatically. As a DevOps engineer, we have to set up it. Okay. So these are the instructions we write in the CA and some instructions in the CL. And I would like to achieve like this. So we have high level configurations also. And in between, I will integrate some securities. So then it can call it as DevSecOps. Okay. So securities like I would like to scan my code. Okay. I would like to review my code smell my code. So for that purpose, I can use Sonar Cube, Varacode, Try-V like this. Okay. Or Tree or CyberRock. I can use many tools as I want, as per my need, as per my code compatibilities. So because if I'm using an high level code Python, I have to go with that for the scanning and finding a vulnerabilities, finding a bugs into it. Okay. If I'm going with the static analysis, I can go with the Sonar Cube. If I'm going with the dynamic analysis, I can go with Varacode for API dynamic analysis. So this is the CI/CD part. It's the simplest diagram I've just drawn, but in our organization, it's little bit complex. Complex in the sense we connect many things into it. But basically, in overview, it will be look like this. Let me check. Is my yeah? It is running right now. Let me take my public IP address, and Jenkins runs on the 8080 port number. Let me run security group. Open my security group. Active and running. All traffic we have been allowed, but why it is not coming? Let me allow 8080 anywhere. So is I'm taking correct one. Site can't be provided secure connection. Person is working. It shouldn't be the case. Surprising. Okay, let's check it out. apt install Apache 2. Mhm. The traffic is not receiving into it. Okay, so what I'm trying to do, let me go and actions, security, modify security groups. I would like to add my security group and I will remove workshop. Save it. I've been already added. Launch widget 3. All SQL. Okay. So this is all traffic is there. And what can I try to do then? Let me restart it and we'll try sudo system ctl restart spell mistake. Okay, then we'll do one thing. Is it running right now? I don't understand. That's not coming. Okay, let me log into another server and just try to look into it. Okay, then I'll try directly to do like this and stop this. So let me check Java version. So we have type of installations. Yes, Java is been installed. So let me go to Jenkins var file and I would like to download the var which is all been created into the Java. Uh, this is a war file. So latest I will going to take. This is a war file. Copy link. Come here and duplicate link. It has been downloaded. Java-jar Jenkins var. Now let me come and refresh this. It's giving an error. I have inspection. Let me fatafat log into this one and do it. Stop this. I've been allowed all this TCP protocols, so still it is not coming. I don't understand the issue. Sudo apt update -y. And we could also try with the snap Jenkins, snap install. But the snap is at highest risk of the version Jenkins was using classic component and it may be arbitrary changes outside the security sandbox and you can be confined to your system. How to proceed? Repeat the command including hyphen classic. Uh-huh. Let's see. This is a one more type of installing it. But I need to get an ID for it. I mean, it's a password token. ls if I can also get it like this then. Um, let's install the sudo apt install open jdk hyphen 17 or 11 on jdk. Why? And once it is installed, I can take this swap file, come here and wget link java-jar jenkins.var. Here also it should run. Java bind exception already in use. Let me take it. It won't work. Yep, it's working. Now I would like to take this, but here I should get which the IP address it is 43.197.197. But the thing is, I have to get this token. So with the var file and all, it's not working. It's working with the snap classic. Snap, DNF. Okay, you can also use DNF. This is for the advanced things of the CentOS, Fedora, and Ubuntu. Let me install with my suggested plugins. Yep. So our focus is to implement this. Okay. So whenever developer is in working in the feature, it has to be deployed to the dev. When it's going to main, it's going to deploy into the production, or it has to be into the QA, or whenever a feature change is done, it has to automatically test out how it is going to be possible. So would like to create a database as well, and let's try to integrate the database and all. So when you integrate database only, it is an application, dynamic application, until and unless you're not integrated a database. So if you're not, it is a static application just for the front end, HTML, CSS, React. Yes, we can. The another method to install this Jenkins is containerization. Okay, so I can directly go to Docker Hub and search for the Jenkins container. So Jenkins image, and you can call it and you can run it as a container, and you can use as it is again, as it is you can use it. So that is the major advantage of using a Docker and the Kubernetes. So inside the Kubernetes, you can run it as a pod. So itself, your a big project, then you want to run multiple applications like SonarQube, Trivy, or CyberRock, and you want to go with any other scanning tools. So where you are going to be deploy all this? If you are going to deploy on the EC2 servers, and you have to pay for it. If you use Kubernetes, it's very less budget. You're going to be achieve a task, your complete project things, and yeah, it is going to happen like this. Means you don't need to pay any extra. If you're going to be implement on the EC2s, you have to pay for it. Why you are going to pay for it when you have a Kubernetes? You can just call the image, integrate with your CI things. No need of use Jenkins as well if you're using a good cloud services. Okay, so let me check out. Yes, so let me write it as Rajani and the same password. I'll give it as 123@gmail.com. Can work on anything. Start Jenkins use. So we have a different pipelines in the Jenkins actually. So this is the dashboard of my Jenkins. If I go and create a new item, so I can see multiple options: freestyle, pipeline, and multi-branch pipeline. In an organization, the most used pipeline types are freestyle, pipeline, multi-branch pipeline. So these are the three types only to use. Okay. So let me configure with the freestyle and then we go with the pipeline. Just fatapat. Okay. So I would like to write workshop one and okay it. I can able to see the six stages, the six options into the configuration. So I can use uh, workshop demo. Okay. I'll call it as. So I would like to go to the Git and I would like to see, please enter Git repository. I can come to my Git repository. I can clone my code, online workshop. So this is my code I have provided, and I would like to run it with the build stages, execute shell, or execute with the top invert level Maven targets, clean package, Okay, clean package, save and apply. So it is going to generate. So for that, we need to install Maven on it. Apt install Maven -y. That's it. Okay, I did spell mistake. So without installing a Maven, it's not going to. Even though we have already with the snap, it's going to be run Maven, but safer side. But avoiding the errors, you can install the Maven in the server. And now I have built it. It is getting built, but it is telling something like couldn't find the revised build. Verify your repository branch for this configuration. So where is my branch? My branch is having a main, but in my configuration, I think it has took as a master. See, it has took as a master. Now it should be a main and build now. See, it is fetched and checking out. Now it is trying to run it. It's creating a package right now. So what we are trying to do with the freestyle is something like no need to worry about the script. You can just configure in the graphical user interface. Now my workshop one job has been configured and it is successful. So this is the console output, how it is looking like. And if I go to my dashboard, I can able to see one job here, okay, which is ran in the 36 seconds. So let me uh, create a Tomcat and like to deploy into the Tomcat also. So I'll call it as this as Jenkins. We have because we have been changed this one. So I'll call it as Jen and this as Tomcat. Let me go little bit fast to install the Tomcat. So what I'll trying to do, I'll go and directly download the Tomcat 9. Okay. So I'll take the tar version and come here. So I would like to download it into my Ubuntu server. So I can use wget. It is downloaded. So I have to extract it tar hyphen xvf. It's going to be unzipped. Okay. So now let me go to into it and go to web apps, go to manager, go to meta. I can able to see context.html. I have to remove this. Then we can able to access on our server. Otherwise, it looks for the 127 IP address. And let me come back. If you see, I have a config folder inside this Tomcat fn XML is the file where we can define the users. So I have users already like and above if you can able to see it. Okay. So I can able to define the users like this. Same. If you see above role name Tomcat above the arrow mark here. Okay. So the same thing only I copied. I just changed manager GUI, manager script. Tomcat is a username. Tomcat is a password. Okay. Escape colon WQ expert remark. Oh, so this is not the case. Escape QA. Now I would like to go. Once we started, let's our pipeline will be start. Okay, so let me log into it. So I have another IP address right here, which is, I don't know why on this server is not working. Okay, let's check this security. Inbound rules. Delete, delete, delete. Add all traffic anywhere. Save it. Now let me come to it and refresh. Okay, so now I can stop the Jenkins in this server. Service Jenkins stop, and now I can able to see it. Otherwise, we'll change the Tomcat port number. Let me shut down it and then start it. Or otherwise, we can also change the port number. And let me check it out. Yes, Tomcat, Tomcat. It has been downloaded now. Sorry, it has been loaded up. Now I can use this as the my deployment. Let me keep it here and let me cancel this one and let me keep this one. Cancel this one, cancel this one. This one, yes, this is my job. In order to install into that, so let me go to manage Jenkins with a freestyle and manage plugins. I need one plugin to deploy into it, which is container, deploy to a container install. So this is a plugin which is going to give me an option. Yep. Okay. So now I can come to my job and configure, come to it, post build actions, deploy to var container, and here I can see. So this is the war file. Okay. I can create a war file and context path here. So what I can give, my context path will be my repository name. Then I'll come to here, and the war file I should select it from */*/ dot where it has to select, and add containers should be a Tomcat 9, and here I can add the credentials, Jenkins credentials, username and password, Tomcat, Tomcat, and I'll give it as Tomcat for freestyle. Okay, and I'll keep it as a freestyle. Now I'll try to add this one freestyle and Tomcat URL. So up to 80 you can take it as. Okay, and 7 apply. If you build now, it has to deploy here into this docs example host we have. It is successful and it is deployed successfully a var package. If I come and refresh, I should able to see workshop this. So this has been deployed here. Okay. So how can I achieve with this with the pipeline? So let me go and create the pipeline for it as well. New item. Now pipeline job, click on pipeline. Okay. And now come here. So I can able to write the pipeline here or in the Jenkins file as well. So Jenkins file, if I don't want to write here, I can write in one file and I can keep it in the source code. When you keep it in the source code, you can be able to configure like this pipeline script from the SCM, and then it is going to ask for SCM, Git, and the pipeline path of your Git repository, like Git repository name and all. First, let's try to write here. Let's take the script pipeline, or you can also use always this pipeline, declarative pipeline will start. Okay, let's take an hello world. See, so this pipeline is always start from the pipeline, and you can use the stages. So what I'll going to write this stage. This stage is checkout stage, git checkout. Okay, which is going to check out the code from the git repository. And in these steps, I have to write my git repository. Okay, so how can I write in the steps? I can give git, and in this, let me open my repository and provide this URL. Okay, After this stage, I have to define another stage. Okay. So this is one more stage. I can copy this the same and I can enter like this and I could call it as build stage now. Okay. Build stage. So inside the steps, I can define Maven things which should run. So let's define in shell mvn clean package and then sh mv. I would like to move it mv target because whenever your var file is generates, so it is going to be into the target folder in the Maven. Okay, so then only it can understand the Maven. Okay, it is going to keep into that because the functionality is like that. And start that var, and then you can give it target hyphen my repository name. Okay, that var. So because it is going to upload like online workshop dot var. So let's check the second stage. Save and apply. Is it going to successful or not? When you build this pipeline, so it is going to show me the stages. See, this is checkout stage. Now it is running checkout stage, but it get failed. Why? Build script couldn't find revised repository branch configuration for this job. Couldn't find any revised build. Open pipeline script. Get repository. It's proper only. Instead of that, we can use snippet then. So I would like to use Git. So I'll give the my repository name and it should be main and generate script. Come here, keep this. Save and apply. Now build. So snippet is one of the useful thing for your configurations. Whenever you don't know some script, you can use the snippets. Now see, checkout and build are running. Now my pipeline is successful in the two stages. So it is successful in the two stages. Now I would like to do in my Tomcat server from this pipeline. So how can I do it? So I can go again to the configure and I can use now deploy stage. To do deploy stage, I have to install some plugins into it, okay, which are SSH plugins. Go to dashboard, manage Jenkins, manage plugins, available plugins, SSH, all SSH possibility plugins. You can take it out and install them. Yep. So this is my dashboard now again. So pipeline job, come to configure section. I would like to write the script again as a stage. For that, let me use refreshes snippet because I would like to run on SSS agent, add my key pair into it. So here I can give Ubuntu is my username, okay, for this server, and enter a private key, add a private key. So I do have a private key here, which I have used to log into my server. Okay, so I'll going to add it. Once I have added, see, I can see generate script. I can use this block. Okay, I can use this block. Come here and now run the stage like this one. Let me copy this, and after this paste it. Okay, now call it as deploy stage. Deploy stage. Okay, so inside the steps we can provide your steps. So my step is here. I already took, copy this step because I have given password and username in this one ID, right? So inside these steps I can write something like, okay, SSSH colon, sorry, marks, and let me keep like this. Do we need to add Tomcat as node in Jenkins? No, no need. No need to add a Tomcat as a node in Jenkins. I'm just directly doing it right now. You can see I didn't done anything installations. I'm going to the manage Jenkins, going to it. So I'm trying to do directly as SSH move SCP. If you see now, I'll write a command right now, and I would like to go with SCP -O, like there will be a strict host key. Let me take this strict host key checking. So without doing any things, I want a syntax. Something is coming. Okay, let me write with my hands only. Strict host key checking is equal to no we can provide, and then what we provided above, target has to be done, target hyphen online workshop, this one var we have to be provide, and what is our username? Ubuntu is the username. So for which IP address? My Tomcat IP address. So this is my Tomcat IP address. I can write this IP address by removing this. Okay, and after this I have to provide column and my Tomcat home cd web apps ls. Okay, so pwd, and copy this, come here, provide with it. That's it. So instead of confusing this, let me take into a notepad, or let me write it down here without confusions. Let me take the notepad. It will be the good thing. Okay. Now I would like to write another command, which is SSH, and the same Ubuntu and the server name, and then space. I have to provide this path, and then I can give slash bin slash shutdown dot sh, which is going to shut down. Let me keep the same. I have to give u front of this, u front of this, and I can close this. Yeah, it should be in the same line, otherwise it creates some problem to us. Again, the failures like this. So I don't want to experience any failures now. Yep. So home, Apache, so everything has been done. Now what I'm trying to create here, so I have provided the URL and key pair here, and it is going to deploy into it and run the same workshop. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll going to I will going to undeploy from this, undeploy this one. Okay, I have undeployed. You see, it will be undeployed. There is no workshop. I have to achieve by this script. So let me copy this. Oh, that has been went. Okay, now it's cool. Copy, paste it. Apply, save, and build now. Let's get failed. 830 line one number. I 30 expecting the curly bracket column one. Okay. Let me go to the configure. One more bracket it is needed. Okay, save and apply. Build now. Build because of the permission is not defined. Change mode 777 web apps. Okay, now I can come here. I can now build now. It has to deploy to my Tomcat. Again, is giving shutdown permission denied. Okay, so we have to provide again ls same thing to bin folder. It's using sudo. Okay, so that's why I have not keep sudo as a user, root user in the script. So in your case, you can just in our script. Okay, so the script right here we can keep it as sudo. Okay, then it's directly going to execute. But again, shut down. So completely it is showing shutdown. bin folders not execute taking sudo uh, change mode change mode 7 to shutdown and startup.sh. Okay, now let me come and build it one more time. Permission issues. Now it is trying to do the file option do not have an execute permission Catalina.sh. Once we provide it to the bin, it has to take. Why it's not taking? Let's come back and check the bin permission. Bin permissions I have been provided. So let's change mode, or we can do change on also. Change mode. Triple seven. Yes, copied. Oh. Change mode. Triple seven. Catalina.sh. Always Catalina.sh is important. Now in Windows also you could able to experience this Catalina errors. Mostly Catalina errors will be Windows will be seen. Again, okay, let's go and provide some permissions level. Let me do it for the bin level things. Or stock agent isn't killed. Okay. Or let me apply these things. Okay. Like sudo things. We'll apply sudo dot sh with the Ubuntu. It is not able to. Now it's fine. Keep in configure section. Oh, it need one more parenthesis. Now it is successfully deployed. If you see, when I applied sudo directly instead of running multiple commands into the CLI, and now if I refresh it, I could able to see my online workshop here. So let me again take it out and run it. Uh, Now it came. You can able to see. If I cancel this, I could able to see one more time my deployment. So yes, it not started. CD Apache. Let me take another browser. Let's see. This is I'm always going to HTTP is only there, right? 428 my Tomcat IP address. 428 only. Let me start and stop it. Now let me able to see it. The same thing. Now I'll try to run. I think the command inside the configure I have to check. After shutdown, it has to start. Shutdown only I have there. That's why. That's why it is shutting down. Startup.sh I have to provide. Silly mistakes. Apply. Now I will deploy it now. Again, it is required terminal to be configured. Ask helper. Ubuntu. I did mistake into it. Extend. Okay. Pipeline. Configure. Configure ask helper. Shutdown.sh and startup.sh. sh have to what? .sh two times. Configure. This is the wrong thing. 7 and apply and build now. Yep, it is deployed. Now, if I do this one, I can able to see name, email, location, status. So this is the code. When you click on the register, it has to direct to my database. So I could able to run database. First, let me go with the branching strategies for it. Okay. So if I go here and I can able to create the branching for my developers. Okay. I'll create a new branch. A new branch is uh, for test branch like this. Okay. And I want to create branch from the same main only. And I have created it. And I would like to create another one, which is release branch or deploy branch like this. Okay. So always you have to go with feature branches like feature slash and deploy create branch. Always recommend like this. So you shouldn't create like this test and all. So I can able to delete this. Okay. And I have feature deploy and let me create another feature by giving deploy and deploy to dev. Create branch. I have now three branches. One is deploy to dev and one is deploy. So I can go to my deploy to dev and as a developers, I would like to do a change into it. Okay. So let me go to src main web index.html and I'm doing a change here. So this registration is for dev deploy. Okay. This station is for dev deploy and I'll commit the change. Okay. So once I have committed the change, it has to deploy with my feature branch. Okay. So what can I do? I'll go to my pipeline and I would like to run this on my feature branch, right? So to run it on the feature branch, we can add syntax into the configure. Here I can give comma branch space branch single quotation marks, which is my branch name. My branch name is, here I could able to see my branch name, feature deploy dev. Keep this. And yes, it's showing an error. Branch duplicate name parameter branch found at line 7. Okay, so I already given here, so no need to provide this one. Let me take this, the F. I need to remove this one, and here I have to take my feature branch dev deploy. Come here, take this. Okay, still it is showing something like unexpected token. This one not there. Still unexpected token. URL fine. Yes, now it has been removed. Apply save. Now build now. Now it is trying to deploy and deploy is successful. Now if I see this one, it should give it to me as dev deploy. Where is my logs? Tomcat is started and it has been moved and come here. Refresh this. Come back and again click on it. Okay, then we'll write if else condition to it. If it is not executing, if it is deploy here, it has to be deployed there. So we can give it like, we'll change it, git URL. and I'll keep it as branch, comma, colon. This one is feature deploy rate, feature spelling, feature deploy. Feature deployed. Let me check it out with this one. If it is not works, then we can go for another. I think I have to give some space here. Yes, here also no space, some space, not much space. Applies bill now. Yes. Now it is configure. It's not working. Okay, let me write some things like let me go with the main and do it like deploying into dev by writing some environment variables. So I would like to deploy into deploy SS agent, right? So under this, I'm going to provide script. Okay, so let me write down some script. Script. So here if env dot branch underscore name is equal to if it is deployed in feature or main dev, this one here, paste it, and now it has to deploy into this if it is triggered on this, but unexpected token, the token should be one more parenthesis and one more should be closed. Okay, save and apply. Bill now. It should come the previous one. As I check, I'll check in another browser. Not updated. Now it got, this one also got deployed. Come here. Okay, let me go back. And if I refresh this, I could able to see again new one, but not feature changes are not up. So I would like to update the feature change. The feature change, did I committed it first? Okay, in which branch I am? Deploy to dev feature. Come here. I would like to take one hyphen. Commit the changes. Yep, committed. Now let me go to the code. So I have two changes into it, right? It is asking me to push on, but come to configure. If you see here, the branch is main because I already provided the condition. Let me remove the condition, save and apply. Bill now. Max, it's going to fail. Yes, as expected. Environment variable has to be set properly. Okay, let's do one thing by configuring it like where it is went. Oh shit. Let me check it out with the main. Now, why it's looking for always main? Because checkout has to happen with those things also. Let me go with the only deploy thing, not feature deploy. Let me go with only deploy. Let's try to change here in the index.html. It's for first branch. Commit changes, commit changes. And now I could able to run this one, but I have to provide this branch name. Okay, so I'll provide expecting colon, expecting parenthesis and colon. Now save and apply. Build it. If it is not, we have to remove feature and we'll try to do deploy. It is successful, but when I come to my Tomcat and it should updated one, and if I open this in the new tab, see, still it is taking only on the main. It's not recommendable. I don't want like this. I want my features changes should be deployed. So I'll remove this and I'll try to save and build now. It's getting failed. Attach, configure. Let's undeploy it because it's because of any static things and deploy this. Always looking for that one only. And let's go with it again. Now come here and refresh. I could able to see, not able to. Package is not deployed here yet. Okay, so in the configure of the pipelines, I have provided something like this as if else condition, right? Because of that. So I don't want this. I opened one bracket, twice second brackets, and I would like to save this. Apply and build now. It's game. If I open now, it's again looking for the same thing. Understand why it shouldn't be the case. Let's try to implement our freestyle job and let's have a look on it, how it is going to deploy into this. With our freestyle job we have, right? And let's check it out. Now what I'll do, I'll gonna do manage Jenkins and manage plugins. Inside this, I'll install the Git parameter and then we'll see Git parameter. Okay, so let's install these things. Now what has been done, come, go to dashboard, go to freestyle job, go to configure, and I can able to see this job is Git parameterized. I'll going to apply Git parameter. Yeah, so I'll try to give the branch. Default branch is main and save and apply. Whenever I would like try to run on deploy dev, it has to build and deploy. See, started is successful. Now when I come here, I can able to see now build with parameters. Just only build it. Fifth one. Now build it. Now refresh this and click on it. It's not taking. I think I'm not updating a proper code. So one more method to look it out for the pipelines is like this: blue pipelines, blue ocean pipelines. But I have to check here. I'm just done it a feature deploy on the right, and I have done. It should load. Load. It's not loading. Well, with it, deploy, run. It has to deploy successful, var file. I think the extension code is not taking it or what. Uh, but no, the size is defined. It has to bring up this side. Okay, what I'll do, I'll try to be here in place of workshop or in place of DevOps. I'll give only dev and let's see. Here it is in my feature deploy. This one has to run. The code length is maximized or minimized. Um, Dev option it's coming. Don't see. Again, let me check it out. Oops, here. Yes, you are right. I'm doing some mistake here. I have to do here, right? For dev deploy, I was always seeing like there's a body, okay, H1 body. Now let me, sorry for the inconvenience. It's completely my mistake only. Now let me build. I'm not looking for it. I'm simply changing title and just doing it. You're right. Now if I come and change this and come back, refresh, do it, it has to come. No, where I have changed. Welcome to registration dev deploy MV. Okay, for dev deploy, email and all. It is in the feature deploy. Let's come back and undeploy this and come here. Go to build parameters, build now. It has to check out from the feature branch. Let's see it is checking out from the feature branch or not. Let's see by updating this. It's not deployed here. Now it came. Think I have to fix my code or I have to fix its pipeline. So these things are the main. So I don't want any branch builds auto. Should I provide the branch builds? Parameter type is branch. Default values main. But we were taking name git parameter branch type. Here it is branches to be built. I just don't want this auto. Adding branch repository browser auto. Let me save this, build with parameters and deploy. Which branch it is gonna check out? Main only. I don't want main. Now it has been in the feature. Let's come refresh. Now I could able to see for dev deploy. The thing is I'm not updating into it as a build configuration. Now let's try to do with the pipeline job. The same thing has to be feature deploy and now save and apply. Build now. If I cancel this and refresh this, After this successful permission denied online workshop because one is already there and deploy. It's undeployed. Now let me build now. It is deployed. See now if I refresh, I should able to see the same. Yes. Right now it's working and let me change another one. Another branch is -dev, right? -dev. Build now. Dev deploy. Successful. Refresh. It's come back. Now the feature deployments happen because of these errors. I would like to not able to cover database connections and one more production server, dev server like this. I would like to demonstrate like dev server, production server, QA server along with these things by branching strategies. Okay, so this is CACD and the classes will be continuing from the tomorrow at NareshIT offline and online. You can just anyone interested, then we can cover more into real-time pipelines at Jenkins classes. Thank you guys. I concluding this session for the today. So if you are want to do this, then just implement and install snap and or install var instead of running a lot of commands for installing the Jenkins. Or you can go with directly Docker container. Okay. Thank you guys.